Chapter 1. The First Funnel. New evidence of other white star lines has emerged, suggesting the funnels could have fallen deeper than previously thought, as on the Atlantic and the Titanic. They fell quite far submerged. However, it cannot be too submerged, as the funnels wouldn't have produced a wave big enough to clear both collapsibles A and B. Water should be at the grand staircase dome, so I think about 25 feet. Testimony of Charles Lightholder. The forward funnel was still there. All the funnels were clear above water when I first came up to the surface. After the forward funnel fell, there was little time elapsed. I do not know exactly what came and went, but the next thing I remember was I was alongside this collapsible boat again. There were about half a dozen standing on it. I climbed on it, then turned my attention to the ship. The third, if not the second funnel, was still visible. Certainly the third was still visible. The stern was then clear of the water, and she was gradually raising her stern out of the water. Even at that time, I think the propellers were clear of the water. Only a forward funnel had broken away. I'm not sure whether the second funnel was below or not water or not. Testimony of Albert Horswell. Just before the end, the Titanic separated between the third and fourth funnels. The foremost funnel had fallen into the water on the starboard side with a terrific splash, and unquestionably doing a great amount of injury to people struggling in the water. Afterwards, the ship broke in two, and the aft part came up on a level for a brief space, the bow having already disappeared. Then the stern rose, and an instant later plunged below. Testimony of Richard Norris Williams. We stood on the deck watching the lifeboats of Titanic. The water was nearly up to our waists, and the ship was about at her last. Suddenly the great funnel fell. I sprang aside, endeavouring to pull father with me. A moment later the funnel was swept overboard, and the body of father went with it. I sprang overboard and swam to a life raft. There were 5 men and 1 woman on the raft. Occasionally we were swept off into the sea, but always managed to climb back. The remains of the first funnel can be seen on the starboard bow. The pipe is bent in a U shape. It is on the starboard bow, which suggests most likely the first funnel fell on the starboard side, roughly in the direction where its remains are, over the starboard bridge wing. This is where the waterline at 2:16.35 AM would be. Water pressure crushes base of first funnel, causing it to crumple, leading to the funnel collapsing approximately 20 degrees to starboard and forward. A simulation shall be played to show the funnel collapsing. So first funnel falls onto the starboard side, nearly half submerged. Crushes starboard bridge wing before gliding to its final resting place on the bow. I hope you've enjoyed episode 1 of my analysis on all 4 funnels. See you in episode 2.